So this is like, I don't know, like day like 4 or 5 of this grip. We did this grip a little bit last week too. I feel like it's very versatile, guys. Like starting standing, it's a great idea to like help neutralize wrestling, right? When I go 2-on-1, it's very hard for them to like start executing their moves and stuff. And same on the ground, right? We're like, if we look at like our beginning operating systems, right? A lot of people, most people will probably say start with like collar sleeve or something. Start with a knee shield, right? Like something that like, before we even start using our jiu-jitsu, we're gonna have something to start from that's gonna kind of like attach this person and control the situation, right? So again, like this collar sleeve stuff, like, it's not me, but it's what a lot of people do to start their match, right? But similarly, if we go full guard, if we go stand up, if we go half guard, all that stuff, I can use this grip, which is what makes it such a useful tool, right? Because anytime the position changes, if I maintain this control, I have attacks, right? And I also have defense because it's very hard for Leach to fight me if I've controlled one hand. I'm sorry for Brendan. I look at Leach.
The biggest compliment he's ever gotten.
Oh, nice.
Oh yeah, good one, bro.
All right, guys. So the mechanics of this is pretty simple, right? I want to make sure everybody's got it, right? But we have 2 options. We can go overhand grip, right, at the wrist, or we can go underhand, palm up. I like palm up because it gives me more torque on the shoulder, right? So when I come through, I grab my wrist. If I'm on my elbow, I'm close, burying myself in the armpit, right? But if I get off my elbow onto my side, my detail is I'm pinning the hand to the chest, keeping his elbow pointing at me, right? The reason I like underhand, palm up, is because I get way more torque on this Kimura. Whereas if I go overhand, there's no chance of submitting, right? Almost no chance. I might add that on Brendan, upper hand probably won't. He's really flexible here, right? But that just leads to my point that like I'm gonna use this control to take what it gives me, right? So I don't want to teach you guys like one technique, like step 1 through 10 is how you do it. I want you guys to understand what happens with this control, right? So I start looking for this Kimura, it's not here, right? There's no way I'm gonna be able to get this, right? So usually what happens is Brendan still wants his hand back. As he pulls it back, I go back to that hand on the chest control. Now right from here, I have a couple different options. Like 1, I'm looking at Brendan's back. 2, I have his weight pointed at me, right? So if he used to drive in a little bit and I flare my knee, I've got that sweep from yesterday, come back. Or if I'm looking at his back, right, I can start to climb it, right? So what I can do here, I can start putting in my electric lockdown control, right? And as Brendan's fighting for his base, right, 1, I've got his hand pinned to his chest, he doesn't have balance. 2, I kick that leg straight and his hip sags. Right from here, guys, all I need to do is take my left hand out, and I've got any kind of back control I want. Whether it's 2-hook exposure, whether it's single hook electric, and then right from here I start working up, slicer, rolling into all the stuff from the truck. Make sense, guys? So let's play with 1, controlling this grip, right? Hand to the chest, or armpit to armpit. 2, back exposure by getting him to lean. I push on that grip, right? He starts to fall. I have my lockdowns. I have my wrestle up. If he starts driving into me, I have my sweeps. Make sense, guys? And there's always a wrist lock. 1, 2, 3. Consider the control where I've got the hand pinned to the chest, the back attacks are good, the sweeps are good, right? I start losing that, the elbow starts coming out, or the elbow starts driving across my hip, right? Because he knows like I'm taking the back, and he's able to start hugging my hip and stop me, control me, right? I make space for him in the head, knee comes out, then I'm in Omaplata land. Everybody got it?
Yes, sir.
1, 2, 3.